Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button as you come on in. Richardson Hitchens just smoked George Kambosos. Hit that like button as you come on in. Wow. Richardson Hitchens, man. What I tell y'all about this kid, man? I mean, we seen George lose some fights now, right? Right? We seen him lose some fights, but Richardson Hitchens, I mean, you couldn't even really do nothing with him. George couldn't do nothing with Richardson, and Richardson stopped George via body shot in the seventh. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button as you come on in. Andy Cruz did the Keyshawn dance. Yeah, that's right. Andy Cruz was the co-main event, won his fight. His right hand's looking good. He's starting to transition to his professional style. Andy Cruz looked really good tonight as well. We're going to talk about Andy. And now he's going to be finding himself in a title fight against Ray Murataya next. That should be interesting. That should be very, very interesting. You said, where does George go from here? Hang him up, man. It's time to hang him up, man. Let's be honest. If George continues to box, he's gatekeeper. He's going to be that high level, that gatekeeper guy. You know what I'm saying? George is going to be the gatekeeper. George, the gatekeeper, Kambosos, man. You know what I'm saying? I see he got ferocious promotions now, right? Ferocious promotions. I like it. I like it. I like the way it sounds and everything, but I think he's going to have to start promoting fighters under ferocious promotions because I don't think George Kambosos is going to be any of these top young fighters that's lingering around 140 or 135 for that matter. Back to Australia. Salute to Hollow Ninja for the super chat. He says, Bushido boxing till you turn it. We here, man. That's right, man. Salute to everybody in the building on this Saturday evening. Richardson Hitchens, man. What I tell y'all about him, though, man? I told y'all that I feel like he's probably the best skilled guy out of all these young dudes. Like, he's sharp. Really, really good jab in the fight tonight. Probably one of the best jabs in boxing. We'll see, though. Maybe too early to say, but right now he shows a really, really strong jab game. Just really, overall, just really good. Really good. He's getting better each fight. He's getting more and more comfortable in the ring. I think this was a good fight for him. Um, and yeah, man, he looked really good in the fight. He looked really good. I mean, George didn't do nothing with him. He actually looks like a more polished version of Devin Haney. That's what Richardson reminds me of. A more cleaner, polished version of Devin. You know what I'm saying? Because Devin kind of gets sloppy at times in there. But Richardson, his power starting to come along. And he's looking real strong. Even though he looked at weight drain fight week, he looked at weight drain, and there was a lot of bad blood leading up to the last couple of days leading up to this fight. But um, Richardson Hitchens did his thing in this fight, man. Easy, easy, easy work. I mean, we didn't expect nothing less, right? Most of us, right? We expected Richardson to get it done. It was just a matter of how and when, right? And he looked very impressive tonight. And you say he could have went to the body earlier. Yeah, man. Yeah. He was I mean, he just really put up a really good performance. You can't call it running. He was in the pocket all night. George Campos had plenty of opportunities to land a big shot. He just couldn't hit the kid with confetti. He had George missing. He was ducking under big punches, and George was just missing big. Really good performance from Richardson, man. Outclassed him, man. Outclassed him. You said back to Australia. Salute to Holland for another super chat. He says, if George Kambosos is done, then it is what it is. Shout out to George Kambosos, man. Went in there with the best and did everything Tank never wanted to. He did, bro. Hey, look, man, there's no shade over here from for George Kambosos, bro. He's a warrior, dog. He fought everybody. He fought all the best guys in his time. You know what I'm saying? He fought Loma. He fought Devin. He fought T.O. He fought everybody. He fought all the best guys. Richardson. He fought all the best guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? He was able to do it, and he was able to make a lot of money in doing so. He became a name in Australian boxing. You know what I'm saying? So George did his thing. You know what I'm saying? May not be on a American standard, like the standard's really high here, but as far as Australian, yeah, man, he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? So and he never shied away from any challenges and shit. So salute to George Kambosos, man. But he got outclassed tonight, man. He got outclassed, and I think this is the end of the road for him. I don't see him going in there just, at this point, he's going to be the gatekeeper. They're going to use George as a gatekeeper. They're not going to give him a run to where he could start over and go back to the drawing board. And, nah, he's not that kind of guy. He's going to be a high-level gatekeeper, similar to the Gamboa. He's still going to be able to make a lot of money, too, if he decides to do that route. But that's just what I foresee for George Kambosos if he decides to stick around. Because now this is what, his fourth loss? That's a lot in boxing. That's actually a lot. And he's losing against the top guys, so he's gonna be pretty much the gatekeeper to the top guys. Smash that like button for your boy, man. Richardson, Hitchin, Andy Cruz get the victory tonight. Andy Cruz looked good tonight against Moshiro. I think that's his name. Andy Cruz is letting that right hand go. Andy Cruz is really starting to transition to more of a professional style. He looked really good tonight. Andy looked really good tonight. I can't wait to see him in this fight against Ray Moritayo, though. That's what we're really going to see. But Andy Cruz looked really good tonight. I didn't expect no different. Both guys did what they supposed to do tonight. They got the stoppages. You know what I'm saying? They got the KOs tonight. You know what I'm saying? The boxer guys who be quote unquote running got the KOs tonight, man. They was doing no running tonight. There was no running around the ring. It was really beautiful boxing tonight. It was some beautiful boxing tonight. Smash the like button for your boy. I don't know what's next for George, man. I think it's over for him. You know what I'm saying? If he decides to stick around, I don't think they're going to let him go back from the beginning and start from the drawing board. I'll go back to the drawing board and work his way up. I think he's going to be like a gatekeeper guy. You know what I'm saying? This is somewhat of a crossroads fight for him. And now Richardson Hitchens is pretty much going to proceed to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to proceed to the next level. And I think he's probably one of the best guys at 140, honestly. I think Richardson Hitchens would be tough for any of those dudes to beat. Any of them. Devin, all of them. I think he'll be tough for any of those guys to beat. He's just really skilled. He's strong mentally, and I don't think he's one of those fighters where you could take him out of his game. Really, 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 really good jab. Just really educated boxer, man. Really educated boxer in there. It's gonna be really hard to beat a guy like Richardson Hitchens, especially as he's starts to get older and get more experience. It's gonna be really tough to beat a guy like him. You know what I'm saying? He got really good fundamentals, really good IQ, good defense. He's just getting better. He's just getting better each fight. And now he went for the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? Got the stoppage via body shot. You know what I'm saying? George, I don't know if George ain't never been stopped, right? He ain't been stopped before, really, for real, right? I can't remember. I don't think none of those other guys that beat him actually stopped him, right? Maybe Loma did, but I can't remember. I know he got outboxed by Devin twice, but I don't think he stopped him. You said Loma stopped? Okay, I figured Loma did because Loma's a pretty good finisher, man. Loma's a pretty good finisher. Okay, Loma stopped him. Okay, I figured Loma did. You said Russell or Matias? I forgot about Gary Antoine. Gary Antoine looked crazy in his last fight, man. If Gary Antoine continues to perform like that, he's gonna be tough for anybody to beat as well. Actually, he may be the guy to beat in the division right now. I don't know. I could be wrong, but Gary Antoine looked like a monster in his last fight. But Richardson looked good tonight as well against George Kambosos. I mean, we knew it was somewhat of a kind of a tailor-made matchup. Tiafimo was in the building. I don't know what he was in the building for. It's not like he was gonna fight Richardson or anything like that. It's not like he's gonna be fighting a guy or nothing, but he was in the building, I guess, supporting boxing. And Richardson showed him how it was done. He showed you how you're supposed to beat George Kambosos. You said you got to catch the highlights. Yeah, man, it was a pretty good performance, dude. Really good performance. You know what I'm saying? It was a boxer versus I guess you could say George is somewhat of a brawler, but with decent boxing skills. And Richardson just totally outclassed him. Shoulder rolling, just outclassed him, dude. Just you say his body been weak since. Yeah, man, Loma. Yeah, Loma. I remember Loma stopping him. It was to the body. And ever since then, his body's been weak. Yeah, he dominated him, man. Yeah, George been in there with some of everybody though, man. I got respect for George though. You know what I'm saying? He a warrior, man. I ain't got nothing bad to say about ferocious Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't, he was in over his head tonight. Yeah, Devin didn't go to the body that much. He didn't. Richardson was attacking everywhere, man. That's why I say he's a really good educated boxer. Like he was throwing a jab, he was throwing body shots, he was throwing some every kind of punch you could throw. Yeah, Georgia got a hell of a resume, man. He got a hell of a resume, bro. Ferocious Kambosos got a hell of a resume, man. You said the dude Richard and Tank. Yeah, I guess George be making that bag, man. I guess George be getting the bag according to what they were saying. Australia pays him a lot of money, man. Australia pays him a lot of money. So he may stick around long as his name is still buzzing in the Australian boxing circuit. He may still go ahead and, get some paydays while he still, got a little bit of prime left in him. You say he didn't call out Keyshawn. Andy Cruz called him out. Andy Cruz called out Keyshawn. We ever heard nothing from Keyshawn, man. Keyshawn kind of disappeared. Keyshawn disappeared, man. He ain't came out and said nothing. Andy Cruz came out publicly said, "I'm disappointed in my son." You know what I'm saying? He didn't want no smoke with him, dog. I don't think Keyshawn want to fight Andy, bro. Andy's right hand was looking really nice tonight too. His right hand was looking nice. Is he ready for Keyshawn yet? I don't know. I don't know. But for whatever reason, Keyshawn don't seem to really want to. He should be on Twitter right now, accepting that call out or something. But Andy's still at 135, and he got a fight coming up with Ray Mortaia likely next. IBF is going to definitely make sure that happens. So he got to deal with 135, become a champion first. Then I say within the next year or so, he should be on a collision course right towards Keyshawn. You said why he didn't go for the WBO route? Yeah, that's funny, ain't it? He went the IBF route. Why he didn't go the WBO route? We always gotta ask that question. Why he went the IBF route? Why he ain't go the WBO route? Yeah. You said Keyshawn dude is in bad business. Yeah, Keyshawn gotta get it together, man. Whatever he got going on, he gotta get it together. But yeah, man, this fight, it was a good performance, man. Wasn't too much of a big build up surrounding this fight or anything like that. It wasn't nothing like that. But because we all kind of knew the outcome. We knew this. We knew what was gonna happen. And I say he put up an A plus performance, man. He put up a really good performance. Made George look really bad. He wasn't quote unquote running around the ring or none of that. He was right in the pocket all night. It made it look very, very easy. Yeah, Keyshawn missed some weight. I mean, I think he outgrew the weight class, me personally, but certain guys could probably, I don't know, man. Devin never missed weight. I think he probably could have made it, but I don't know. You said Cruz is a small guy, 135 naturally. Yeah, he called Keyshawn his son on Father's Day, man. You said Cruz is cloud chasing him? I mean, yeah, I mean, kinda. I would say yeah, but Andy whooped him like 3 or 4 times in amateur, so it's kind of hard to say he's not. I mean, it's kind of hard to say if that he is. You know what I'm saying? He kind of whooped on him, so that's why I said Andy got. I mean, Keyshawn got to see him. Keyshawn got to get that get back, man. He got to get that get back. I smashed the like button for your boy Richardson. Hitchens smoked George Kambosos tonight. Stopped him via body shot. You said he looked like a fool calling out Devin? Who, Richardson? I didn't really get to catch all that. Um, I don't know what's his beef with Devin. He got like a huge beef with Devin Richardson for whatever reason. That's a good matchup though. That's a pretty interesting matchup. I don't know. I think Richardson might get him. Something telling me Richardson gonna get him. You said I'm gonna go watch the last UFC fights. Oh, I forgot. Kamar Usman fighting Buckley tonight. Oh shit, man. I might. Salute to Hollow Ninja for the super chat. He says here in Turkey is trying to make Bakaram versus Virgil Ortiz for the Crawford Canelo undercard. Let's go. This is what we fight. Yeah, we gonna see. We gonna see. If Virgil and them will fight on the card, he has no reason not to. That's a tough fight, man. That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. It's a very tough fight for Virgil. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough fight for both guys, but I think Virgil would. That's a tough fight for sure. I don't know, but Turkey go put together a card and see who wants to hop on board. We go see who steps up, man. They say Jerron Boots Ennis. There's rumors of him. Of course, we heard about him going to 54, but there's also rumors of Keith Thurman and some of these guys. So we're gonna see if Boots Ennis hops in there and fights Virgil, Bakaram, or Keith Thurman. One of those dudes. We go see. You said beef with Deb, but taking pictures with the races. Yeah. Also, he took pictures with T.O. You said Hitchison will give Dev. Yeah, he will, man. I think Hitchison could possibly beat Devin. They got similar styles. Well, I think Richardson is better. I think he's more polished. You know what I'm saying? I think he's more polished. Yeah, Thurman versus Boots sound really good, man. I think that fight is good. I think Thurman will do well in that fight for as long as it lasts. As long as he don't keep getting hit to the body, because Boots will attack that body. But Thurman throwing punches still, so that fight is interesting. You say you got Thurman beating Boots? Yeah, Thurman can make that fight interesting, man. And then Thurman's a really good fleet-footed fighter, who even though he fought a bum in his last fight, he still looked kind of good in the fight. You know what I'm saying? He's still throwing punches. He's still pretty explosive. You know, he didn't really look like he lost too much. You know what I'm saying? Despite who he's in there with, he still looked like he can. You know, he still like he got something in the tank. So I like to see Thurman versus Boots. I think that's a good fight for Boots on his way up to 47. I mean 54. And then the winner goes on to do bigger and better things. What's up, Jessica? I see you in the building, sis. You said Boots can't cut off that ring? Yeah, Boots will be in for a long night for sure, man. If he can't cut off the ring against Thurman. Because he had a tough time with Kukachan. But Thurman has that big old Achilles heel, man, and it's that body shot, man. Boots Ennis is a pretty active body shot, body punching guy. So I think Boots will probably eventually catch him somewhere in the fight with a body shot. I don't know though. Thurman gets hit to the body and he gets hurt, but he survives. He finds ways to survive. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Yeah, Richardson, man, looked really good tonight. But I told you guys how I felt about him. I feel like he's probably like the best guy that everybody's not really talking about, like the dark horse. Like I think he can give any of the top guys, the more popular fighters, in his age group, a run for their money. I'm not saying he'll beat them all, but I say at the very least, um, he giving them a run for their money. You say he's visibly bigger than Kambosos? Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think Hitchens hitting harder. I think he's just more sharper and more polished than Devin. I think Devin needs to stop bouncing around from trainer to trainer because he don't know what he want to do up in there. You said Thurman better than Karen? Yeah, he is. He's more proven. Not to say Karen's a bad fighter because he's really good too, but um, Thurman's more proven, even though he ain't been fighting. You said Devin called him out at 47? You said Hitchens promised to stop him. Yeah, he did. So we can't, even though this is one of those fights, if he had went through decision, it would have been, it wouldn't have been as good. But he got the stoppage and everything. So, he went up in there and did exactly what he said he was gonna do, and he ended up getting a stoppage. He ended up getting the stoppage. Y'all smash the like button for your boy, man. I don't know. I think this is the end of the road for Ferocious Cambosos, though. I think this is about the end of the road. As far at the very least, fighting for like world titles and all that. I think this is probably like his last title shot. And, he gave it his best effort. You know what I'm saying? He gave it his best effort against some of the best guys at 135, 140, 135. So you said Hitchens looked good off a fight coming off a 3-fight losing streak. Yeah, shit, man. You just had to ruin it, man. Yeah, Floyd didn't give Thurman a shot, man. Floyd was supposed to get Thurman that shot. Thurman didn't get his shot like he should have. You know what I'm saying? But, Thurman also took off a lot of time from the sport, so Thurman also took a lot of time off from the sport. You said George Rich, he could chill. Yeah, well, George is good, bro. He made the bag. That's why he be talking like the way he do. George got the bag out there, bro. That's why Richardson fought him. Because even though George, it may not feel like it for us here, George is big over there in Australia, right? So, that's somewhat of a money fight. You get a little money fight in George, I guess. You said Thurman Doug Spence. Yeah, Thurman kind of, he mismanaged his time in the sport, man, for sure. He mismanaged his time. He, Thurman's career could have been a lot better than what it is. Of course, they're blaming the injuries and all that, but there's a lot of time off for no reason. You said Norman fight on Thursday. Holy shit, a Thursday? Damn, okay. Was it Juneteenth? He said he only has 8 KOs because he didn't let his hands go. He let him go tonight. He let him go tonight. And that's what he needs to do from here on out, man. I think Turkey talking that shit is gonna have a lot of these more outboxing guys doing similar approaches to Richardson tonight. Just in the pocket, working. It might be a little tougher to do against those punchers, though. We're gonna see how they fight against the punchers. George isn't necessarily a big puncher. You said you believe Norman is being set up to lose? We gonna see, man. Jin Suzuki can fight. And he's going to Japan, right? So yeah, that's not gonna be pretty. That might be a stupid fight to take. But you gonna see though. Cause them Japanese guys fight tough over there, man. He flew to the ground from that body shot. You said Donaire is not gonna beat Junto. Salute to you. Thank you for the two-piece. Oh shit. I didn't even know they was fighting. I think Donaire did just have a fight though. But Donaire's not beating Junto. But Donaire's looking for the bag though. So Donaire's getting that bag before he finally hang it up for good. And then I think Junto's gonna beat him, and then he's gonna go into a fight with Nero Inoue. They both fought the Filipino Flash. You know what I'm saying? And then they both go fight each other. That's what's about to happen. Yeah, Norman's fighting in 4 days, so we gonna see how that plays out, man. We gonna see how that plays out. But yeah, man, salute to everybody in the building. Richardson Hitchens, man, he looked good tonight. You know, there's not too much to take away from him. We kind of expected him to get the job done, just a matter of how he was gonna look in the fight. And I think he put up an A+ performance against a former champion in George Kambosos. George Kambosos, I think this is the end of the road for George. At the very least, it's the end of the road for him as a world title holder, a world champion. And it's probably his last world title shot as well. But George Kambosos did his thing. He fought some of the best guys, and he can just hold his head up high. You know, he made a lot of money, made a name for himself. He's probably gonna be one of the names in Australian boxing history. And that's just what it is, man. Salute George Ferocious Kambosos. He got ferocious promotions, and he should be all right. You know what I'm saying? He made a lot of money. And Richardson, man, yeah, man, Richardson. I think he's going to be one of the tough guys to beat, tough styles to beat at 140, 147, and beyond. But salute to everybody in the building. Thank you guys for stopping in. Catch you guys on the next one. I love you, ma. Peace out.